This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas, and this is tonight's Roundup. Rubilen Amit is crowned the first Filipino WPA 9-ball world champion. 2 Filipina sambists add to the country's medal haul over the weekend by clinching bronze medals in the World Beach Sambo Championships. Paris 2024 Paralympic Games action from the Philippine Paralympic team. Collegiate sports rivalries in the Metro began this weekend with meaningful performances and blistering men's basketball action. Italian Jannik Sinner wins the US Open. Multi-titled Pinoy Q artist Rubilen Amit made history in New Zealand yesterday by becoming the country's first WPA World 9-ball winner. Amit advanced to the finals with a win over Russia's Kristina Tikash and faced former champion Chen Ximing of China in the battle for the title. The Cebuana demolished Ximing 3-1. The newly crowned World Pool Association 9-ball queen also pocketed $50,000 as prize money. In Sambo, 2 former UAAP judo standouts made it to the podium of the World Beach Sambo Championships held in Casablanca, Morocco over the weekend. Homegrown talents Geneva Consigna and Sydney C. Tangcontian made the shift to the combat sport of Sambo and proved their world-class fighting skills as they clinched bronze in their respective weight categories. Consigna made it to the semifinals of the 72 and under women's sports Sambo, while 4-time UAAP champion judoka Sydney C. Tangcontian competed in the over 72 class. Meanwhile, in Paris, members of the Philippine Paralympics team qualified for the finals in swimming and athletics. Of the 6-pack contingent, S5 swimmer Angel May Autumn made it to the finals twice. Autumn finished 6th in the 50-meter backstroke and 5th in the 50-meter butterfly events. Edward Gawilan finished 6th in the 400-meter freestyle, while Sendy Susano finished 4th in the javelin throw with a personal best of 15.05 meters. The Philippines also participated in wheelchair racing, archery, and taekwondo. Salamat at mabuhay Team Philippines! The Eraserheads got to perform for the first time at the Smart Araneta Coliseum as highlight of the opening ceremonies of UAAP Season 87, hosted by the band's alma mater, University of the Philippines. Homegrown, world-renowned UP talents lit up the rights, led by UP Symphony Orchestra, Contra Gapi, and the Cal Ethnic Music and Dance Ensemble. The U-Peeps together with P-pop unit Kaya, indie musician Jonoy Danao, and the Maroon 4, a collaboration of musicians from different bands. Later that day, the Ateneo Blue Eagles clawed back from an 18-point deficit to only 8 midway through the 4th quarter. But the Fighting Maroons, J.D. Kagulangan and second-year swingman Francis Lopez reset the rhythm and took back the double-digit lead. The Battle of Katipunan ended with the UP Fighting Maroons scoring an emphatic win over Ateneo 77-61. Eagles co-captain Chris Kuhn will likely miss the next game as he nurses a left ankle injury. UST's rebuilding paid off as the Growling Tigers took the fight out of the UE Red Warriors early. While trying to get back into the game, UE's 6'5" Devin Fikes tossed one from the outside, while Nick Cabanero gave UST its biggest lead, 68-46 with 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. The Adamson Falcons backed on defense to dominate a low-scoring contest against the FEU Tamaraws 59-47. Then, Season 86 MVP Kevin Kiambao nailed a clutch three-pointer for a dramatic 78-75 De La Salle win over the NU Bulldogs. UAAP basketball action returns on Wednesday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum with Adamson facing De La Salle and UST meeting Ateneo in the juniors, women's, and men's games. In the NCAA, the 100-year celebration kicked off with Siglo Uno Inspiring Legacies opening ceremony at the MOA Arena. The program featured P-pop groups SB19's Justin De Dios and G22. Inaugural games saw defending champion San Beda Red Lions thrash host Lyceum of the Philippines 79-63 before the St. Benil Blazers come from behind crushing of the Mapua Cardinals 78-65. Yesterday at the Phil Oil Flying V Arena, San Sebastian crept up to the Letran Knights for a 91-84 victory. An overtime game capped the NCAA weekend as the AAC Generals outlasted the Arellano Chiefs 87-80. On NCAA Season 100 tomorrow at the Phil Oil Flying V Arena, the Perpetual Help Altas will take on the JRU Heavy Bombers at 11 a.m. And then the Benil Blazers will butt heads with San Beda at 2:30. In Asia's first Pro League yesterday at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium, TNT Tropang Giga defeated the Converge Fiber Xers 98-91. Northport Batang Pierre defeated Terra Firma Jeep 103-107. Tomorrow at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium, the Fuel Masters and the Laszlo Painters clash at 5 p.m. At 7:30, the Bossing will face the Barangay. In the U.S. Open, world number 1 Jannik Sinner won his second Grand Slam singles title at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. The 6-3, 6-4, 7-5 win over American Taylor Fritz extends the 20-year-old Italian's 11-match win streak. Sinner is the first Italian to win the U.S. Open men's singles finals. The UAAP's Battle of Katipunan was marred by loud and sustained booing from both sides of the court. But the local warfare was peanuts compared to the mystery of the NCAA referee discovered beaten by person or persons unknown after the game between Mapua and St. Benil last Saturday. The NCAA Management Committee has asked for security footage from the MOA Arena and will issue a statement after a thorough investigation. A reliable inside source revealed that the victim received blows from a man with as many as 6 companions. The NCAA legal team is also already in possession of the venue's incident report and the medico-legal findings, but has yet to get MOA Arena's CCTV records. And that's the roundup for today, the 9th of September. When we return, we will be joined by another world-class Filipina conquering the combat sport arena. Beauty, brains, and brawn. Cordillera's pride, Islay Erika Bomogao. Right here on The Scorecard. The Scorecard. Paris 2024 featured Muay Thai as a demonstration sport. It had current WBC Australian champion Ibrahim Abu Saleh, UK's Ayman Barlow, and Buakaw Banchamek, but it wasn't picked up for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Well, that's too bad for us because a Filipina is the world's top female fighter among the 45-kilo elites. Let's meet right here at the BNC studio, licensed teacher, certified foodie, full contact Thai boxer, and the pride of Cordillera, Islay Erika Bomogao.
Hi everyone. Hi Sir Anton.
We're so honored to have you anytime that we have the best in the world here on the show and have an opportunity to sit down, talk one-on-one with you. It's always an opportunity, so thank you so much.
Thank you po.
What is your story with regards to Muay Thai? Obviously, this is a combat sport. What made you get into it?
Just like most kids, I was always curious and very active, so I wanted to try all the games that I found interesting. And so when I got to high school and elementary, I got to explore different sports like swimming, basketball, even if I'm this short, volleyball. But when I got to high school, that's where I discovered martial arts. It was through my teacher and my schoolmates who were training at the stage at that time.
Okay.
I saw them and I was like, wow, they're punching, they're kicking. And I found it really interesting. So my teacher called me and I said, okay. So I wore the gloves, I threw my first punch, my first kick, it was like love at first try. And since then, I trained every day and joined competitions.
Muay Thai has taken you all over the world, to Greece, to Australia. Which one has been your favorite experience so far?
It has to be this one from the 2019 SEA Games.
The hometown
Yes.
one, yeah.
The tournament that really boosted me up the charts. It was like my second time playing as a senior, and what really made it memorable, even though it's a silver medal, is that I played here in our hometown.
Yeah.
My parents were able to come here and cheer for me. That's why it has to be my favorite medal. And because aesthetically, it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's very beautiful indeed. Muay Thai is different from kickboxing, right?
Yeah.
So what are the main differences between the two?
Well, the main difference is Muay Thai uses the 8 limbs, the pair of hands, the pair of elbows, knees, and legs. As compared to kickboxing, Muay Thai, I said earlier, uses our elbows.
Yeah.
And then it also has clinching techniques. It's where we grab onto our opponents and throw knee strikes. And the scoring system, it's a 10-9 scoring system per round, as compared to kickboxing, where they don't score per round, they score as a whole.
I did mention earlier that Muay Thai, your chosen sport, has taken you all over the world. Now, which country has been your favorite in terms of your experience competing and representing the Philippines?
It has to be Thailand.
Okay.
Although we've been there for like a lot of times, maybe more than 10 times, Thailand always gives the most authentic Muay Thai experience because it's where Muay Thai originated. And the people, they're like Filipinos. They're very loud.
So the passion is there.
Yes. The people are loud. The environment really gives off the authentic Muay Thai vibes. That's why it has to be Thailand.
Sly, how does one become the best in the world with regards to the sport?
You don't have to be just the athlete that concentrates physically. You also have to be someone who minds other aspects like your mental health and your social health, all those things. And you have to have that kind of mindset where when you want something, you go for it. No man is an island, so you have to listen to the people who know best, especially your coaches, your medical team, and yeah, the people who know best.
And theoretically, you have to compete in the IFMA sanctioned events, right, to gain those points to reach the status that you have reached as the best in the 45 kilo elite category, right?
Yes, well, that's right. You have to join as much competitions as you can and top the ranks, earn some points.
But you also compete in some professional events, right? Just like the recent one in Australia. How was that?
It was so overwhelming because it was my debut in professional.
Wow.
At first I was really nervous because it was my first time to fight without gears, without a headgear, without a shin guard.
Wow.
Just pure gloves. And I was competing with a state champion.
Yeah.
And she wasn't just someone, she was very strong.
That's insane. So what was it like? What was the biggest lesson that you took from that experience in Australia?
Fight with enthusiasm, you know, be your best. I think that's what made me win. Coach told me not to feel any pressure and just be myself and enjoy, and that's what I did. So I won po.
What's next for you, Sly?
Hopefully more amateur games, just like the Asian Indoor Martial Arts Games, the SEA Games next year, and hopefully more professional bouts abroad.
All right, let's talk about your being a foodie. Very interesting, like, because I've been looking at your social media and I saw this one particular video where you were baking cookies. So is that your favorite pastime, baking?
Yes, it is. I bake for my family and they love it every time. They have to, or else.
And I think it's I think it's different from what you do with your sport. This is more of like a giving experience. More of your sweet side. Being a Muay Thai practitioner, have you ever been in a situation where like a real-life situation where you had to use your skills to defend yourself?
Not really, but there was just this one time where I was walking in a public space in Session Road in Baguio, and I felt someone like touch my behind.
Uh-oh.
So, you know, instincts, I threw like a back fist, and I got shocked because it was actually my girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
My girlfriend.
Okay. Well, people better watch out. All right, there is this ongoing debate with regards to the ounces of the gloves that you compete in. So when it's professional, it's 8-ounce gloves, right?
Yeah, 8 ounce, or it depends.
Or it depends on the organization.
It can be 4.
Okay.
Or it
Wow,
can be
even
just
4.
What do you call that? The card chuek. They call it card chuek in Thai. Just the ropes.
Okay. Now, if ever Muay Thai becomes a regular sport in the Olympics, what do you think the weight of the gloves will be or should be? What should be the norm?
For the lower weights, about 51 kilograms below.
Okay.
The norm would be 10 ounce. 54 kilograms above, it has to be 12.
All right. All right. Well, we learned a lot about Muay Thai. Islay, is there anybody that you want to thank, want to greet, and invite everybody to support you in your upcoming competitions?
Yes. I'd like to thank, of course, my family, my friends. Hi, everyone. Philippine Sports Commission, Philippine Olympic Committee, of course, the Muay Thai Association, led by our leader, Sir Lucas Managalod and Stephen Arapok. All the people supporting not just Muay Thai, but Philippine sports in general, and everybody who's been giving their support and love. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sly, and all the best in your upcoming endeavors. We'll be here to cheer you on and support you.
Thank you po. Thank you, Sir Anton.
And that was 45-kilo world champion in Muay Thai, Islay Erika Bomogao. Yeah, definitely enjoy that conversation. Sly was one tough cookie. That was Islay Erika Bomogao, world's #1 in the women's elite 45-kilogram division. And like Sly, keep your eyes on the prize when we return with the targets and bottom lines right here on The Scorecard. The Scorecard is back with tomorrow's sports events. NFL fans, set your alarms and get ready for a thrilling clash as Week 1 of the 2024 NFL season kicks off with a high-stakes matchup. Tomorrow morning, the New York Jets will square off against the San Francisco 49ers. The New York Jets, with a plus 25 or 2.5 rating, are entering the game with high hopes and fresh energy. The addition of Aaron Rodgers had certainly raised expectations, and we're yet to see, though, how well the new lineup gels in with the regular season. The Jets have shown glimpses of brilliance, especially with key players like Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. However, they need to address some defensive inconsistencies that have surfaced during the preseason. Over on the flip side, the San Francisco 49ers come into this game with a minus 2.5 rating, reflecting on their impressive preseason form and overall strength. The 49ers have been a formidable force thanks to standout performances from stars like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Their defense has been rock solid and the offense has shown great efficiency. San Francisco's consistency and dominant preseason showings make them the favorites for this matchup. So, who's got the edge? The San Francisco 49ers are likely to maintain their momentum and pull ahead thanks to their strong overall performance and depth. The Jets will need a stellar game from their new star players to turn the tide in their favor. The PBA Governors Cup continues, and it's going to be a clash of wills as the Phoenix Fuelmasters face off against the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. The Phoenix Fuelmasters, currently at plus 3.5, are coming off a tough loss to Barangay Ginebra, pushing their record to 0-5. Despite a strong 33-point effort from Brandon Francis and 17 points from R.R. Garcia, the team continues to struggle. Phoenix has shown potential but has been inconsistent, making them a bit unpredictable. Switching gears to rain or shine, they're at minus 3.5 after suffering their first loss of the conference, a 1-point heartbreaker to San Miguel. This ended their unbeaten streak at 4-1. Felix Lemeti has been a revelation, scoring 28 points in the last game, while Aaron Fuller continues to perform consistently with 24 points and 19 rebounds. Rain or shine carries momentum despite the loss, making them a formidable opponent. Key players to watch: Felix Lemeti and Aaron Fuller. Tuesday's matchup will be a test of resilience for both squads. Phoenix is desperate to get to the win column, while Rain or Shine will be looking to bounce back from their first loss. Keep an eye, though, on Brandon Francis. He's been the cornerstone for Phoenix, but the question remains whether he can carry the team past a formidable Rain or Shine defense. On the other side, the Elasto Painters' balanced attack led by Fuller and Lemeti will be a challenge for Phoenix to contain. Expect Rain or Shine to apply pressure early, using their momentum to try and overwhelm Phoenix, while the Fuel Masters will need to dig deep, especially in the second half, to keep pace. This matchup has all the makings of a close, competitive game, with crucial moments likely coming down to the final quarter. On the same day at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium, 7:30 p.m., the Blackwater Bossing take on Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Blackwater Bossing are currently at plus 2.5. They're riding high with a 3-game winning streak, most recently securing a 110-99 victory over NLEX. George King has been a standout, pouring in 39 points and grabbing 15 rebounds in their last game. While Blackwater's import now settled in and performing well, they've transformed from a slow start to a strong 3-3 record. Expect Blackwater to bring intensity and confidence into this game. Key players George King and Troy Rosario. On the other hand, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel is at minus 2.5. They're coming off a solid 110-101 win over Phoenix, thanks to a stellar performance from Japet Aguilar, who scored 31 points. Ginebra has now won consecutive games for the first time this conference, showing strong form. Justin Brownlee also delivered a triple-double, adding to the Gin Kings' momentum. Ginebra looks poised and strong, making them a tough opponent tonight. Key players, Japet Aguilar and Justin Brownlee. With both teams showcasing impressive form, this game promises to be a competitive clash. Don't miss the action tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. as the Blackwater Bossing face off against Barangay Ginebra San Miguel at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Local NBA fans go out to answer 2 things about league superstars. Number 1, is LeBron James a bloom? Oh Lord.
Jannik Sinner, LeBron James from Paranaque City.
And also the other question is, can Steph Curry do the budot?
I'm Sherwin Altagracia. Steph Curry, aboard!
Well, their lookalikes sure can show off the moves in ABS-CBN's It's Showtime Insane segment called Lookalike. Props to Yannick Embo and Erwin Altagracia, who got to perform their hearts out as their favorite superstars. But I will say, though, if LeBron ever gets red hair, then that will be the only way that you can confirm that he's a bloom. I will say that. All right. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Anton Roxas, and this has been The Scorecard.